Polygenic inheritance. Another variation from Mendel's laws is that a single character may be influenced by many genes. Remember, Mendel studied characteristics that were classified as either or, such as purple or white flowers. Mendel's pea plants were either tall or short, there is no in between. It does not always work that way in genetics, especially with more complex organisms like humans. Many characteristics vary over a large scale in a population and are determined by many genes. Poly means many, and genic refers to genes. Now, if you look around the room, what do you notice? Can you name examples of polygenic inheritance? Human height. What governs height in humans is actually the additive effects of two or more genes on a single phenotypic characteristic, in this case, height. Polygenic inheritance is the opposite of pleiotropy, in which a single gene affects several characteristics. So with polygenic inheritance, we have two or more genes, multiple genes, on a single phenotypic characteristic, and polygenic inheritance is a single gene that affects several characteristics. Skin color in humans. Skin color in humans is controlled by at least three genes that are inherited separately. For simplicity, we will stick with three genes in our example, and these three genes are A, B, and C. Each of these genes has two alleles, a dark skin allele, and another allele. The dark skin allele for each gene, A, B, or C, contributes one unit of darkness to the phenotype and is completely dominant to the other allele, in this case, little a, little b, or little c. Skin color in humans. A person who is genotype homozygous dominant, big A, big A, big B, big B, big C, would be very dark, while a person with genotype homozygous recessive, little a, little b, little c, would be very light. A heterozygote, big A, big B, big C, would have a shade of skin that is intermediate to the first two, right in the middle. Since these alleles have an additive effect on the phenotype, a person who is heterozygous, big A, big B, big C, would have the same skin color as any other genotype that has only three dark skin alleles. For example, this genotype here has three big alleles, big A, big B, and so it's the same darkness as the heterozygote, which also has three dominant alleles, big A, big B, and big C. Skin color in humans. This graph shows the proportion of the population for each phenotype for skin color. As you can see from this graph, there are 7 different phenotypes for the skin color that involve 3 genes. Again, this is a more simplistic example. So on the far right, over here, at this extreme, there are 6 alleles for dark skin. On the far left, on the other extreme, there are no alleles for dark skin. So we have really dark as you could get on the right, and then as light as you could get on the left. Most of the population falls in the middle, intermediate, completely heterozygous. They have 3 dark skin alleles. And then you get darker as you add more dark skin alleles, or lighter as you have less. Skin color phenotypes. In the last example, we saw how 3 different genes could produce 7 different skin color phenotypes in humans. However, if we look at a real human population, we might see many more than just 7 shades of skin color. Why is this? It is due to the influence of environmental factors. For instance, the intensity of UV light from the sun. During the summertime, many people may have darker skin. Or even things that people eat. For instance, eating a lot of beta carotene as seen in carrots could actually cause your skin to become a little orangey. Heredity and environment. Many characteristics result from a combination of heredity and the environment. From the previous example, skin color in humans is determined not only by the specific allele combination of 3 genes, but also by exposure to the sun, the environment. Another example is seen in trees. A tree's phenotype is genetically determined, but its environment will influence the phenotype as well. For example, exposure to wind and sun will affect the leaf's size, shape, and color.